Welcome back to Melody Guitar Book 3. This book focuses on reading and playing melodies in standard music notation. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Melody Guitar 3 that you can read from and write in. Plus, you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. We're on page 53. You've been drilling 16th notes in the last couple lessons, and in this lesson, surprise, surprise, we have some 16th note melodies. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. On top of page 53, we have number 117. It's in 4/4 time. It's marked moderato. The playthrough was at quarter equals 80, but there's no specific metronome marking, so of course you can bump the metronome up or down as you like. There is no key signature. Normally this would put us in the key of C major. This happens to be in a minor key, which puts us in A minor, and we talk about minor keys on page 80. Our counting in the first line is 1, 2, 3 E and a 4, 1, 2 and a 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4, 1 E and a 2 and 3, 4. Now let me just point out something you can do at the beginning. We have an A and an E. Of course, you can play both of those with your second finger, but another option would be to play your A with your second finger and your E with your first finger. That's just your choice. Moving on, we have line 2. Let's look at the counting first before we talk about a couple technique things. The counting is 1, 2 E and 3 and 4, 1, 2 E and 3 and 4, 1 E and 2, 3 E and 4, 1 and 2 E and 3, 4. Now you may have noticed in the third measure of the second line, I played my G with my first finger, so I could play my A with my third finger. Now, of course, you can play the A with your fourth finger. Sometimes I like to play with my third finger because it's a stronger finger. Now, you can use those 2 E's at the beginning of that measure to move into position to play the G with your first finger, and then go back to first finger on the C at the first fret in the second line. The third line starts as the first line, and again we have an A and an E. You could play them with the same finger, or you could use finger 2 for the A, finger 1 for the E. But the counting, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4, 1, 2 and a 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4, and then just a little scale going down, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, play. At the bottom of page 53, we have number 118. This one is in 3/4 time. It's marked quarter equals 76, but as you practice it, you can practice it more slowly. This has one flat in the key signature. Normally that would put us in the key of F major, but this one is also in a minor key. It happens to be D minor, and as I mentioned earlier, we're going to cover relative major and minor beginning on page 80. Counting in the first line. 1 E and 2 and 3. 1 E and 2 and 3. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And watch out for that B flat at the end of that first line. If you need to, circle it, mark it, whatever you need to do to remember to play a B flat. Line 2, same rhythm as line 1. 1 E and 2 and 3, C sharp, 1 E and 2 and 3, and all of those other C's in that second measure are also C sharps because of our rule of accidentals. 1 E and 2 and 3. Watch out for the B flat in this next measure. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 1 and 2, 3. Now something you could do in that measure that I just played, last measure of the second line, we have an E, a C sharp, and a D. You can play that exact same D that you normally play fourth string open. It's also played at the 5th fret on the 5th string. So if you like, you could play E, C sharp, and then either use your pinky or slide over to play that D at the 5th fret. That's just your choice. Third line, counting 1 E and 2 and 3, 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 and that measure that I just played, last measure of the third line. Remember our rule of accidentals. We have some C sharps here, and this C after this E is also a C sharp because of the rule of accidentals applies to all the C's on that line, or in that space, in that measure. Line 4, counting 1 E and 2 and 3, 1 E and 2 and 3, and then this is all eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. So some technical issues in those last two measures. We have an A. What I suggest doing for the D and the B flat is just mash your third finger down so you can play those. And I find that I play this E and the C sharp more accurately if I just play up, up with my right hand. So we have, at the beginning of that measure, finger 2, mashing down the next two notes with your third finger, open G, and then pick up, up, and that last measure, just as with the last note of the second line, you could play that D at the 5th fret on the 5th string. Your assignment is to practice the melodies on page 53. As always, work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with a video or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. And don't forget to order your own copy of Melody Guitar Book 3. The link is in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 54. We've got 2 more melodies with 16th notes.